Championship Wrestling. Hello again, everybody. This is Lance Russell. We're right along ringside without our old sidekick, Dave Brown. Dave will be back next week, but by golly, that's not going to stop us from having a whale of a Championship Wrestling program today. Eddie Gilbert will be in here to open up. The hot stuff will be in our opening match. Dutch Mantell will be in against Big Keith Robertson in the second match. Additionally, we're going to have a six-man tag match. You don't want to miss this one, my friend. It'll be Jerry Lawler and the Rock and Roll Express going against the Nightmares and Kurt Von Hess. Additionally, we'll be seeing the Dirty White Boys as they'll be in action in here for the second time on Championship Wrestling. We got much, much more, and if we're going to get into any of it, we better start right now. We'll take time out. Be back in just a moment.
It's Magic, a revolutionary new invention that cuts the toughest brush, weeds, stalks, and small tree limbs the easy, fast, economical way. It's the Magic Brush Cutter Head Attachment. With hardened steel cutting bars, it turns a handheld grass trimmer or brush cutter into a magic brush cutter. Easy to attach to most brush cutters. No worry about strings, saw, brush blades, or parts wearing out. The Magic Brush Cutter Head will cut heavy brush up to 1 inch in diameter. Tough weeds, hedges, grass, cane, cattails, blackberry briars, multiflora roses, or stalks. And it cuts in both directions. Because it's light and easy to handle, you can use the Magic Brush Cutter Head on banks, ditches, and hills. It also mulches as it cuts. You save a lot of cleanup time. For clearing any kind of acreage, easy, fast, and economically, the Magic Head is the answer. Look for the Magic Brush Cutter Head Attachment at your dealers. For details, call Magic Brush Cutter 812-464-2016.
Don't miss the all-new Hee-Haw, America's #1 comedy music variety show. Yes, Hee-Haw's brand new with fresh new features, new faces, and new wild and crazy fun for the whole family. Plus, brand new hits by country music's greatest stars that make Hee-Haw country's finest hour. So join Buck and Roy and the whole Hee-Haw gang. Y'all come! Hee-Haw, Saturday night at 6 on Channel 7.
Hey, you big old ham, you telling me it's quitting time? Yeah, started on 30 acres and you're just stuck. I'd say both you and this place have done a bunch of growing since then.
The Red Man reaction, satisfaction.
Okay, the official introductions coming in today, weighing in at 220 pounds out of Memphis, Craig Carson. His opponent today coming in at 208 out of Lexington, Tennessee, the international heavyweight title holder, Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert. Referee is Jerry Calhoun. It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout, and we're about ready to get it on as Gilbert pulling off his hot stuff jacket. I hope that you will note the interesting coloring of hair that Eddie has on the back. Bell time. Here we go. Craig Carson out with a slick move as he went down to the deck to go for that leg dive. Gilbert very fast himself, backing up. He hasn't been able to grab a hold of that leg as yet, but I'll tell you, he is moving on it. Yeah. Listen, I don't really think that he cares whether you're champion or no wrestling or anything else. He just wants some of you, Eddie. And Craig Carson got a beeline tying it up in there, around behind with the arm. And Gilbert right away with a fist, and referee Jerry Calhoun over to tell him about it. And look at Carson right back at him. Catches him with a knee lift back to the corner. He came in too quick, and Gilbert put him down hard. Eddie Gilbert gouging at the eyes. I don't think I have to point that out to you. You could see it right off the reel as Gilbert grabs the hair, takes him up over the shoulder. Yeah, I know that Eddie can wrestle. Sometimes I wonder recently when he's going to start doing that and stop the fist and stop the gouging and all. Just kind of, well, we won't get into that. Shame to see somebody you've known for a long, long time head in the direction that Eddie has. Sure, he's got the title at the moment. Gilbert hanging on as Carson took him over, and Eddie just held on to it, stood right up and bars that arm as he's over the top of Craig Carson. We're a minute and a half into the action. It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match opening up our championship wrestling. We've got plenty of more excellent matches today. The Dutchman will be in here, big six-man tag match. The Dirty White Boys will be in. Gilbert hits across, and as Craig came in, Eddie turned and wheeled that elbow at him as he got him again, put him face down right on the mat. Eddie Gilbert again, dropping the elbow, this time with a knee. He's got it going his way, but he takes the right hand in the midsection. The only thing to do. Watch your opponent. You got to give it back to him the way he gives it to you. Uh-oh. Craig gets twice. He's been in too quick. Gilbert again with that elbow down and follows it up with that knee. Carson down on the mat. Gilbert going after the ear, and the referee gets him off of it with a count of 1-2. In the corner, a zinger. And the referee finally gets him off that chokehold as Eddie Gilbert following up. And he went in a little quick. Thought he had Carson. Look at Craig come back. Big drop kick. Puts Eddie down. Carson right back up with a double barrel loaded and ready to fire. Gilbert hangs back in the corner, and the referee telling him open the fist up. But he better look out. Gilbert comes out of the corner, feet blazing, nails him, puts him down over there in the corner, rubbing his head down into that mat. As he had a hold of the hair, the referee started the count from the ring apron. He takes Carson over that bottom rope. And again, the referee has to count him loose. He breaks it at the count of 2, and Eddie Gilbert back in control again. He may not make that mistake he made a little earlier, thinking that he had Carson all the way down the line. Coming up on the 4-minute mark, and Eddie Gilbert fires a right hand in. The referee says, watch the fist, and he'll watch him all the way to Carson's face. Reversal! Big drop kick again. He misses it this time. Followed it up too quick. Gilbert backed up, let him hit hard, and drives that head straight down. Could be 2, 3. Eddie Gilbert, 4 minutes and 22 seconds, as Gilbert looks like when he's going to make that move, he looks like he may be going for a tight suplex, but as you can see on the replay of how he finished it off, when he came into the ropes, he fired right back out. Craig missed it. Well, he didn't miss that one. That was the first one. This time, Eddie just stepped away, let him hit the deck hard. He gets him up. Yeah. You did, in fact, win the match in 4 minutes and 22 seconds. You see him drive him straight down into the mat. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Gilbert comes out with a victory in that first fall over Craig Carson. A good battle, too, for the first 4 minutes, and then Eddie took over when Craig missed that drop kick in there. I'll tell you a guy who doesn't miss too many drop kicks or anything else, Dutch Mantell. We've got an interesting piece we want you to look on the Dutchman.
Grew up dreaming of being a cowboy and loving a cowboy way, pursuing the life of my high-riding hero. I burned up my childhood days. I burned all the rules of a modern-day drifter. Don't you hold on to nothing too long. Take what you need.
Some more of it. Good action coming up here on Channel 7's Championship Wrestling. We're going to be back to it in just a second. By golly, I want to tell you a fine card coming in Wednesday, and particularly I want to talk about that final event of the evening that's coming up. Boy, this is where the roughest and the toughest get it together, my friend. It's going to be Rick Rude, King Kong Bundy, with Jimmy Hart in whatever condition he's in at ringside, going against Jerry Lawler and Randy Macho Man Savage Wednesday night.
You know, my neck is killing me. I'm going to let my guys do all the talking today.
Okay, Jimmy.
You know something, Lance? It makes me sick to my rock-hard stomach to think about how shifty Jerry Lawler is and to think about how stupid the Macho Man is. You know, I learned a long time ago back home in sunny Southern California, if you're getting attacked by a shark, the only chance you have is to grab someone a little smaller and put him in the path. Well, Jerry Lawler couldn't find anyone any smaller, but he found someone stupid enough to get in our path, because in that ring, we're the Sharks. And so come on down, Lawler. Come on down, Savage. Let's see what you can do.
Wednesday night, we're going to have the chance to see Rick Rude, King Kong Bundy, against Lawler and Savage.
That's right, Lance. If you forgot to mention it's King Kong Bundy, the Southern Heavyweight Champion. Don't ever forget that, Lawler, the Southern Heavyweight Champion. Now, Norman Bates, I got a couple words for you. That's right, Savage. Norman Bates from Psycho. I was down at the ring watching my partner, Rick Rude, punish Jerry Lawler like a dog that he is, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, like a flash, comes this Psycho, came into the ring and attacked King Kong Bundy, Rick Rude, and Jimmy Hart. Well, let me tell you something, boy. Nobody attacks the family. Nobody jumps the family like a backstabbing dog. That's all you are, Savage, and you're going to pay. And Evansville, it may be the start. It may be the finish. But let me tell you something, Savage. It's going to be you down on the mat with King Kong Bundy right on top of you.
That's Wednesday night. You bet. Okay, we got the Dutchman up in the ring, and now here comes his big opponent from Memphis, Tennessee. He weighs in at 252 pounds, a large one to say the least. Keith Robertson. His opponent coming in at 224. Out of Oilscroft, Texas, Dutch Mantell. The Dutchman. Jerry Calhoun gives him a last-minute warning. Try to keep it clean, and don't be surprised if it varies from that. Right out, they tie it up in the middle. Robertson, who is a newcomer to professional wrestling, has really come along. Dutch snapped him over. Look at that. Oh, that's a beauty. He hooked that arm, went to the outside, then barred it around underneath the elbow, and he really has got some leverage on him. Robertson trying to get over to the ropes to break it up because Dutch has got a tight hold on him right there. Robertson has come along very fast in the months that he's been in professional wrestling, and the ropes will call for a break. Dutchman loses that advantage, and they'll face it off once again. Just noticing Robertson's nifty little haircut. You get a chance to see it. Take a look at that little pigtail hanging down on his head. Whoa! Big right hand, and Dutch is too quick underneath and out of the way. Robertson complaining about Dutch pushing him in the face, and the referee explaining nothing illegal about that. Dutch used misdirection that time. He was moving him back. Robertson started to resist, and the minute he did, he wheeled around, took that arm, barred it, took him right over, and used his own weight to change the direction in there. Very nice. Dutch hanging in with that bar once again. Goes underneath. Robertson coming up, pushes Dutch back into the ropes, and that's going to call for another break. Once again, Robertson too slow. Dutch getting the crowd storming up here, making fun of Robertson, missing him twice. Drop to the midsection with a foot. This time with a knee. Hits him with a forearm down the back and winds the arm up. Robertson uses the rope for a third time to get a break. Dutch wheeling back out of the way. Robertson trying to use that big weight advantage that he has and just muscle him. You got to do more than that when you got somebody like the Dutchman. Oh, and Robertson going after the eyes. Pounds Dutch down. Keith Robertson banging away. First with a forearm, then with a right fist. Body slam on Mantell. Goes up to the second rope. And the referee telling him to get out. He does, but misses the elbow. Just waited and bagged him into coming off of there. Let him hit the deck. Now the Dutchman going at him hot. Blasted him with the right hand. 3 minutes into the action, there's a snap suplex, a dandy. He kept it tight and really put him down. Big flying elbow. How about it, Dutch? 2, 3, he got it. 3 minutes, 24 seconds, a good win for the Dutchman. As Dutch really hammered him hard in there. Put him down and got the finish. He started it out with that very tight snap suplex that he put on him. Look at here. Now, that's 252. He snapped over. But you saw how tight Dutch kept it. He slammed him down. Robertson stunned. His back hurt. He's still trying to get the kinks out. And then Dutch, with a big elbow, planted it on him. Good enough to get a 1, 2, 3. Checking to be sure the referee was there. And Dutch signifies he counted it out. Nice win for the Dutchman. We've got more action coming up. Back to it in just a moment.
Saturday on the big movie.
She was hungry enough to eat 2 women. But bears don't eat people. This one did.
The big movie, Saturday night at 10:30 on Channel 7.
Hi, I'm Lynn Thompson, and I've discovered the Tri-State's largest and best selection of diamond pendants and earrings at Rogers Jewelry. And you save 35% on their entire inventory of quality diamond earrings and diamond pendants every day. Why shop anywhere else? Save 35% on all diamond pendants and earrings every day at Rogers.
Oh, yeah, still plenty of action go right here on Channel 7's Championship Wrestling. Going to be back on that ring for it. Hey, listen, I want to tell you about Sunday, October the 7th. That's in Lewisport, Kentucky. Big Championship Wrestling card will be coming in there. That's Sunday, October the 7th, Lewisport. Now, let's zero our sights in on something a little bit closer to home. I'm talking like Wednesday night, right there in Evansville, when Tojo Yamamoto goes against Angelo Popo. Mark Regan will be facing Sir Lanny Popo. And then Kurt Von Hess takes on Dutch Mantell, to be followed by a tag match that'll have the Rock and Roll Express, Rick and Robert, going against the Dirty White Boys. The final event of the evening. Take a listen to this one, my friend. Ravishing Rick Rude, King Kong Bundy, going against Jerry the King Lawler and Randy Macho Man Savage. That's it. The roughest against the toughest, my friend. It'll all be happening Wednesday night right there in Evansville. You make it a point to bring the entire family, the whole block out, see the action.
Who's the greatest wrestling professional manager in the world today, and why am I? I'll tell you why, because I'm bringing in the greatest professional wrestlers in this area all over the world. But I've outdone myself this time, baby. Right now, I'd like to introduce to you Jimmy Hart's Dirty White Boys! Friend.
up in the ring, ready to go with his next bout out of San Francisco. Team that we don't know that much about, except that they were the West Coast Tag Champions, and that speaks a lot right then and there. Their opponents coming in the ring now, Ken Raper and the Dancing Man, Mark Regan. There's Mark, doing it good, yeah. Oh, boy, and before he can hardly get it on, the Dirty White Boys over there banging away on him, and the referee says, ring the bell, we're off and running. Got all four in there, and Regan pounded down on the deck as Ken Raper being worked over by Anthony of the Dirty White Boys. Denton blasts Mark Regan down on the deck, and out of the ring they go. Well, it's now cleared out of there as the referee tries to get them back. Team that weighs in at 446 out of San Francisco, former West Coast Tag Champs, the Dirty White Boys. Jimmy Hart's newest acquisition. Regan in with Denton tying it up, and Denton blasting back across the ring. Woo! Greased him really good. Mark, who wrestles out of New York City, a young fella who's got a lot of talent, not only in dancing, but certainly in wrestling, as the Dirty White Boy pounded away a reversal. Good drop kick. Back up on his feet and nails the other White Boy. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to slow down some of the action. The illegal kind, that is. And Regan still in there, whipped across the ring. Missing! Drop kick. Ken Raper in the corner as Mark Regan out there dusting off. A couple of good moves and laying them down on the Dirty White Boys. There's the tag on Ken Raper. Ken in with a standing side headlock. Leapfrog and a drop kick. There, over the side, but right back up on the feet again. Uh-oh, and there's that side suplex as the Dirty White Boy slammed him down in there. Things were going Ken's way, but he caught him off balance and put that side suplex. There's a tag on his partner. Denton then with a booming forearm in the air, and Ken Raper being crushed with a couple of elbows, make it three. That one right to the back of the neck. We're rolling around toward the 3-minute mark. Back over the top rope, and the referee starts the disqualification count. Mark Regan jumps in there. All it does is take the referee away, and Ken Raper had that neck sprung by the other Dirty White Boy right over the top rope. Bam! Big right hand. Raper dumped down on the deck. Woo! Oh, that's smart, man. He stomped him right in the face. And he whips him across the ring. The elbow puts him down. And the Dirty White Boys at the moment in control over the team of Mark Regan and Ken Raper. Double team with a double elbow. Anthony takes over. He hits him with a clothesline, bops the feet out from under him, and drops with a knee right between the eyes. Crushes him with a leg. May have it. One. No. He broke it himself. Picked him up by the hair, and the referee gets on him. 4 minutes pass. Double headbutt is Ken Raper taking quite a pounding. Count none. He had a chokehold on him. Regan comes in to see if he can't stop some of those tactics. Slipped a set of knuckles to him with that right hand that time, and once again, Raper bent back over the rope. Oh, boy, he unlaced him with that one. And pounded on Ken Raper again. I mean, Ken has really been worked over. His head slammed into the foot of the other dirty white boy as the tag is executed. Well, right back on top. I believe he's got that pressure point, but I couldn't tell for a fact whether he had eyes, jaws, or throat, what he had. Judging from some of the tactics, I would guess it would be one of the latter three for a fact. Oh, yeah. Raper needs a tag, but bad, as the dirty white boys just pour it on. They've got the advantage going, and Ken battles his way back up, shoots the right hand, trying to fight his way to that corner. Makes the tag, a good move. And here comes Mark Regan. Look at that drop kick. Nice body slam. Wham! And Regan on a roll. Another body slam. Drop kick. From behind, Regan is put down on his knees. Out of the ring goes Raper as Mark Regan stays in. With Lynn Denton out on the floor, you can see Raper pile drive on the floor while the referee is over in between the fight going on with Regan. Now it's both of the dirty white boys double teaming Mark Regan. Out on the floor goes Regan. And the referee back with Anthony while Regan is slammed into a ring post. Ken Raper pile drived on the floor. Mark Regan being bushwhacked out there by one of the dirty white boys. He's fired back in the ring with his head being slammed down. Boy, he's bleeding where he hit that ring post. Down he goes. He's battled valiantly to stay up, but they just had too much, and now working on that cut. There's the tag. 7 minutes into the action. Referee Jerry Calhoun starts the disqualification count. Boy, they just won't stop. They're on him, fighting away, slamming at that cut, choking. Dirty white boys with not an impressive record of wrestling, but an awfully good one with fighting up there in the ring. Regan's head slammed in. Ken Raper still down and out on the floor. And the brutalizing goes on as the dirty white boys with a double backdrop. And there you have a double side suplex as he flipped it, banged him with it, and that's going to be it. They let the count go this time. 7 minutes, 58 seconds. The Dirty White Boys come up with a heavy-duty win over the team of Mark Regan and Ken Raper. Poor Ken is still down there on the floor where he was pile drived, and Regan, comes up from behind and nails Anthony. Now after Denton, he's battling his way back. It's all over with. But he's getting a little personal satisfaction. The Dirty White Boys take over again and start to stomp and beat on him. Mark, of the young variety, trying to get back at him. Here comes the Dutchman and Craig Carson. The Dirty White Boys take that as a cue, and on the way out, plant a foot right on Ken Raper. Special victory, 7:58. The winners, the Dirty White Boys, over Ken Raper, who is hurt and down on the floor. Mark Regan, who is bleeding and in the ring, and Carson and Mantell taking care of him. We'll take time out. We've got some more action coming up. A big 6-man tag match that'll have the Nightmares and Kurt Von Hess going against Lawler and the Rock and Roll Express. They're out to get Ken Raper back. We're going to take time out. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's magic. The Magic Brush Cutter head attachment cuts the toughest brush, weeds, and stalks the easy, fast, economical way. Turns a handheld cutter into a Magic Brush Cutter. Easy to attach to weed or brush cutters. No strings, saw, brush blades, or parts to wear out. The Magic Brush Cutter head cuts heavy brush, tough weeds, grass, cane, or stalks, and you can use it on banks or hills. It also mulches as it cuts. Look for the Magic Brush Cutter head at your dealers. For details, call Magic Brush Cutter 812-464-2016.
Coming your way, a brand new season of America's #1 comedy music variety show, Hee-Haw, premiering with guest stars Louise Mandrell, Ronnie Robbins, and the $1 Million Band. It's all brand new with new fun, new features, and new faces. Don't miss it. The all-new Hee-Haw.
Hee-Haw this Saturday night at 6, right here on Channel 7.
The new Independence Dodge is now open in Evansville with a new way for you to buy a car. No down payment. 60-month financing means you can buy this 1984 Dodge Diplomat for only $230 per month. Or this 1984 Dodge Aries for only $187.50 per month. No down payment, 60-month financing. But only at the new Independence Dodge, 1730 West Franklin, Evansville.
Have you heard the news? The Andy Griffith Show is moving.
What?
That's right. What you heard's true.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I ain't surprised. Nobody knows that except Floyd.
Now everybody knows. Starting Monday, September 24th, the Andy Griffith Show moves to weekday mornings at 9.
That sounds like quite an event.
You can say that again.
That sounds like quite an event.
The Andy Griffith Show, weekday mornings at 9, starting September 24th on Channel 7.
Hey, we're standing out here with a man you know, Tommy Wildfire.
Thank you very much, Lance. It's great to be here. You know, I've made a lot of promises to people before, but I tell you what, this had to be the best promise that I ever made, that I really did and got the job done. And I'm talking about Monday night when I got Jimmy Hart. Hart, I told you that I was going to hurt you. I took him and I stuck his head where the sun don't shine. Pardon the expression. But Hart, he's walking around. As a matter of fact, I've been wrestling around the country all week and I ain't seen nothing of Hart because he's walking around, got a collar on his neck where I messed his neck up. So he's going to be out of the way for a little while. But, you know, I thought I got completely rid of the problem. You know, my cousin Johnny, he's down in Pensacola. And I got this right here. Hart's been real busy.
Oh,
I mean, you know, if you can, right there it says, Hart's going to pay $1,000 to anybody that puts me in the hospital or defeats me.
Yeah,
so
let me get this around here, Tommy, where everybody can see this. This is a wanted handbill that Jimmy Hart has, and makes no bones about it. Tommy Rich, $1,000 reward. Bounty Hunter's attention. I will pay $1,000 to any wrestler who puts Tommy Rich in the hospital or defeats him, signed Jimmy Hart. So he is getting dead serious about this, Tommy.
You know, I just got one thing I want to say to Hart, too. You know, there's been a lot of people put bounties on me before, Hart, and I'm going to tell you and the rest of them goons, $1,000, that's a lot of money. So I'm sure you'll have some of your boys trying to collect it, and when I go other place, I'm sure they're going to be folks collecting it. But you just think about it, because I'm going to be watching for them, and the first one that gets in the ring, I'm going to hurt them just like I did you. Just like I did you, Hart. Now, Eddie Gilbert, I don't know what the deal is with you because, hey, what about me? Why didn't I get another title shot? Huh? Eddie Gilbert didn't have the guts to put it on the line. You know, I mean, I don't mean no disrespect, and I ain't got nothing against Dutch Mantell. But I deserve the title shot, not Dutch Mantell, not nobody else. So what I'm saying, Eddie Gilbert, I don't care how long I have to chase you. I'm going to come after you. And oh, so you are here.
Has got his Southern handicap belt on. He's got a neck brace where Tommy Rich fixed him up for good. And then disgraceful enough, he's got that flag around him.
It's emotional for me to come in there.
He's saying, come on in. You want some of him? Boy, I'll tell you, that'd be the easiest thing in the world to arrange.
You know what? We might fulfill the rest of this today because if he wants some of Tommy Ridge, he's got it right now.
We'll just change the program. If you want Rich in there, take your time, Tommy. Go get him. Yeah, I'm afraid we're just going to have to change our schedule. So you got, whoa, the Nightmares coming out behind. You might have known Jimmy Hart had some kind of a lousy scheme worked out. They got a noose around Rich's neck. Hart ties it over in the corner. Throw him out of the ring. They got him strung up. The Nightmares come in to get. Hart baited him into the ring. Here comes the Dutchman. Oh. Dutch Mantell rushes in with that Bessie bullwhip of his. He's getting that noose off the neck of Tommy Rich. Tommy. Rich trying to get away. Hey, Tommy. Come on, Tommy. Wait a minute,
man. Don't be stupid, Tommy. Don't be stupid with this guy. Don't give him a chance for $1,000 bucks. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't go over there and give us all $1,000 bucks for nothing. What you gonna do?
Tommy, listen to Dutch a minute.
Hey, you see what they just tried to do, man? Listen, Tommy, wait just a minute, Ross. Wait just a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Tommy. Hang on. Hey, man. Hey, you want a shot at him? Hey, you want a shot at him? You want to collect $1,000? All right, get in the ring, baby. You have a chance to win.
Boy, it doesn't take much for Tommy. Ooh.
Wait a minute, man. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, if y'all want this shot so bad, he'll get in the ring with you and we'll have a little match. And you can have a chance to win $1,000, put him in the hospital, whatever. But give us something, too. Put those Southern belts up, baby. We'll give you a match right here. Then you can have a chance.
Of course, the Nightmares are Southern Tag Champs, and Dutch says Tommy don't care about belts, brother. What he wants is some highs. Yeah, is Eddie around here? They agreed to it. If I understood it, Eddie. Come here just a second, Eddie.
Come here. Okay, they agreed to Southern Heavyweight Championship match. They confirmed it. We want it sanctioned.
What?
We agreed to it.
It will be a sanctioned. The belts will be at stake. Well, okay. Referee Jerry Calhoun has ring the bell. And we're off on an impromptu Southern Tag Championship match. Rich and Mantell against the Nightmares. Hart agreed to the match. All the Nightmares could see would be $1,000 that they'd get for hurting Rich or beating him. And they agreed to put the belts up. Dutch Mantell backdropped in the center of the ring. Count of two, and the Dutchman kicks out. He's addled a little after that backdrop. He's over in the wrong corner, and the Nightmares taking advantage of it. Of course, what they really want to do is put Tommy Rich out of it where they can collect that hard bounty. Count of one, and the Dutchman kicks out. Dutch Mantell, Nightmare number one. Here comes number two. And the Dutchman back down on the deck again. This is a Southern Tag title match. Spur of the moment they put it together. Dutch, using his head, say, hey, you want Rich? Put something up in return. Hip toss. Two. now they're double teaming Dutch, and here comes Rich. That's just what he wanted, an opportunity to get at these guys. Dumping the Nightmare over as the other one is working on Dutch Mantell with a backdrop. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get it down, a one-on-one. Rich about to get a mask off. Look at here, sunset flip. Hit crazy. Dutch Mantell with a sunset flip. Gets a 1-2-3. Dutchman thrown out of the ring, and now Rich in between the two Nightmares. They lost the belt. Mantell rolls back in the ring. And the Nightmares go flying out. And we have new Southern Tag Champs, Tommy Rich and Dutch Mantell. Oh, boy, I got to tell you, what a brawl. It wasn't all that long. 2 minutes and 8 seconds officially. I'm certain the belts will be forthcoming, Dutch. They didn't have them here because there was no title scheduled. But there you have the new Southern Tag Champs, Tommy Rich and Dutch Mantell. Boy, the way they got him is that while Rich was over trying to get the mask off of one, Dutch Mantell was involved. He was the legal man in the ring anyhow. He was involved with the other one, and let me tell you, when he came out after being whipped in, that sunset flip was turned into a 1-2-3, and that, my friend, was it. New Southern Tag Champs, Dutch Mantell and Tommy Rich. We're going to take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment with more exciting action. Okay, one more reminder that Sunday, October the 7th, Lewisport, Kentucky, Championship Wrestling coming that way. Right now, I want to bring in here the other half of what has got to be the most sensational main event that's come Evansville way in a long time. Jerry the King Lawler, Randy Macho Man Savage, going against Ravishing Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy. Now, they've already said they're the Sharks, and they're going to make meat of both of you.
Yeah, well, we got to see if that's going to happen or not. You know, I can just stand here and say that if anybody in Evansville, Indiana had told me a month ago that I'd be teaming with Randy Savage, I'd have told them they were nuts. But they're not nuts because we are teaming together, and there is a nut involved, and it is Randy Savage. And I've made him promise me one thing, that he's not going to change a thing. He's going to be just as wild, just as unpredictable, just as mean, and just what his name says, Savage, as he has been in the past when he's my partner. And Rick Rude, you and that big jerk Bundy, you got your work cut out for you, brother, if you think you're going to make mincemeat out of us, because we're coming up there for one thing, and that's put an end to you two jerks.
I'm the nut, Lance Russell. I'm the nut. Get me spiced up. Give me a slap to my face right now. I know you want to do it, King, don't you?
No,
don't you want to do it? Say that. Go ahead and slap me, man. Well, slap me in Evansville, Indiana. Do it for me right there. Do it right before we have our match. Would you do that for me? Yeah. Because Bundy and Rude, man, you haven't impressed me yet. And I don't think you're going to in Evansville, Indiana, because you ain't got it. You talk about being great athletes, but you ain't 1/100th of the athlete that we are. Isn't that right?
That's exactly right.
Oh, yeah. Evansville, Indiana is going to be the time. And you're going to slap me then, or I'm going to slap you. I know you don't like to be slapped. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Get it together. The King and the Macho Man in the corner at the same time. Nobody thought it would ever happen, including me. I didn't think so either, but we're going to be there, and we're going to be ready. You believe that, Lance?
Ooh, this may be the wildest bout you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Be there Wednesday. Rick Martin and Robert Gibson.
That was not a title match. That was not damn nothing. No, you didn't hear me say that. I said the belt's putting up, and you know I said the belt's putting up.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you agreed to it.
Paper signed. There's no piece of paper signed or anything else, man. There's not a title match.
How we start all this stuff. Okay, here's Eddie Marlin.
That was a title match, and I went back and got the belts, and I'm going to give them to Rich and Matt.
Let me tell you something, Eddie. We're not a title match. Okay. You can forget it, baby. said, I ain't wrestling on TV right here. We're going back. We ain't going to wrestle out here anymore today.
That's all right. Get me hurt. I'll just move somebody else.
We'll get somebody else because you can't make them wrestle twice. It was not a title match and we ain't wrestling. Come on.
Cry, moan, groan. Well, you heard it. The Nightmares and Hart standing out here saying, no title match, no title match. They agreed to it, and Eddie Marlin confirmed the fact. You better believe it was a title match. Here comes the King, and he's going to be out here to join Rick and Robert. Dandy little session, I'll tell you. Eddie Marlin is going to go back and make arrangements. He said he'll just move somebody else in there. Kurt Von Hess, who was scheduled to go with the Nightmare, he is being followed by King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude. So Bundy and Rude were scheduled to go against the New Generation. Eddie Marlin has moved them into an expiration of time match right here. Our time is, 1:15 will take care of it, right? Yeah, I'm all set. Jerry, whenever. So we have a substitution. Let's ring the bell and get going. As Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy have come out to join Big Kurt Von Hess against the team of the Rock and Roll Express and Jerry the King Lawler. Boy, oh boy. Will be back with us next week. He's got this particular week away. We'll be looking forward to seeing him back next week. Rick Morton starting it out for the team of Morton, Gibson, and Lawler. Kurt Von Hess representing Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy. Von Hess hard in the air with a good move of Morton. Kurt from Munich. Here come the Nightmares. Boy, they just couldn't stay out. They go in and jump on the Rock and Roll Express. That's going to end a match in 1 minute and 47 seconds. Disqualification. As Lawler and the Rock and Roll will win it. And you see Jimmy Hart, neck brace and all up there, while the Nightmares going after the Rock and Roll Express. Rude and Bundy decked Lawler out of there.
Now let's take a look. Anyone can look good 2-on-1. Did you see Lawler running like a scolded dog?
He's not stupid. He's
like a thief into the night, running like a dog that he is. Jerry Lawler ran.
Take a look.
Now take a look. We run the show.
Von Hess up there with the Nightmares as they're working on the Rock and Roll Express. Yeah, if you can't beat them, outnumber them, and that's what happened right here. The family ends.
We can do whatever we want to them, man. No, I think you better count again.
I think what we better... Oh, look out. Here's Lawler coming back in. The King. Jerry, that fireball goes flying out. Whoa. The King heads into the ring after Von Hess. Down there on the floor. So Lawler, when he left, he wasn't anybody's fool. He went back and got armed up, and brother, he cleared some guys out of here.
Get him back out here now. Come on, Pig, we'll barbecue you.
The King, ready-made for action as he came back in, and you saw Rude and Bundy out. I don't think they're going to come back. We're going to take time out. We'll check our time and find out. The winners, Lawler and the Rock and Roll Express on a disqualification when the Nightmares jumped in. Let's take time out. We'll be back in just a moment.
The values are under the big top this weekend at Waterbedland.
The big top?
Waterbedland in Lawndale has fabulous prices on the beautiful country manor, luxurious rosewood, and elegant brass bands. Plus, this weekend only, 20 to 50% off selected furniture groups.
And what about the tent?
That's Waterbedland this weekend in the Lawndale Shopping Center, Evansville.
But what about the tent?
If we had to buy a tent, we couldn't afford to give you such great savings. Come register to win a free brass lamp at Waterbedland. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 9, and Sunday, 12 to 6.
In country music, we'll talk to Barbara Mandrell about her first starring role in a movie.
The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band is still on Cloud 9 after their first #1 single.
And crazy country comedians Pickett and Bowden do a takeoff on the Judge. Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie McElligott.
I'm Lori Ann Crook. Be sure to watch This Week in Country Music.
This Week in Country Music, Saturdays at 5:30 on Channel 7.
Some ugly things are going to happen to that brand new car of yours. The weather's going to fade it. Gravel roads are going to chip it. Careless people are going to ding it. Snow and salt are going to rust it. Sloppy kids are going to stain it. But there's something you can do. You can bring your car to Z-Bart. We've developed a complete program to protect it from all the things that can make it ugly, because nobody hates ugly more than Z-Bart.
Call or stop today and save $100 off on the complete protection package.
Saturday on the big movie.
She was hungry enough to eat 2 women. But bears don't eat people. This one did.
The big movie, Saturday night at 10:30 on Channel 7.
Boy, what a day of action we had today. I want to tell you, right down to that last match, it saw a change and put Rude and Bundy in with Kurt Von Hess going against Lawler in the Rock and Roll Express. And the official on that was a disqualification when the Nightmares jumped in, and the victory goes to Lawler in the R&R. Ooh, what a day today we had. By golly, I'll tell you what, in addition to other things, we have new Southern Tag Team Champions. That's right. It'll be Tommy Rich and Dutch Mantell. Jimmy Hart and the Nightmares came out or arguing about the fact that they didn't agree to the match and all. It's just through the miracle of videotape. Let's take a listen to this when Eddie Marlin comes out to settle it and make it official. Come here just a second, Eddie.
Come here. Okay, they agreed to Southern Heavyweight Championship match. They confirmed it. We want it sanctioned. We agree to it.
It will be a championship. The belts will be at stake. Wow. Yeah, the belts were at stake. There was no question about it. Eddie walked to the ring, reaffirmed the fact that they agreed to the title match, and it went on. That was not the only match, though. Eddie Gilbert came out with a victory over Craig Carson in 4:22. The Dutchman in a single match defeated Keith Robertson in 3:24. Dirty White Boys 7:28 over Regan and Ken Raper. And then we had that impromptu Southern Tag Championship match with Rich and Mantell, the new Southern Tag champ, Lawler and the Rock and Roll Express by disqualification over Bundy, Rude, and Kurt Von Hess. Just a whole pile of action out there, my friend. And we hope maybe you're going to make it a point to join us next week, because you never know when the roughest, toughest action is going to be taking place right here and now on Championship Wrestling. By the way, we'll be looking for Dave back, as he had this particular week away, and we'll be looking for him to come back. So you make it a point to come back with us also. Until that time, this will be Lance Russell for Championship Wrestling saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.